Preseason game number 2 is in the books for the New York Knicks, and they get a win over the Washington Wizards, 117-94. Coming up on today's show, I'm going to give you my biggest takeaways, things I saw, and things that were very encouraging for the New York Knicks. And look, I know Karl-Anthony Towns started the first half off, missing every single shot, but I didn't have a problem with it whatsoever. The process was right. And one thing I am as a sports fan is process over results. Those were bad shots that Karl-Anthony Towns was missing. And because he missed them, that doesn't make them bad shots. If you're telling me that Cat's going to get wide 7 threes a night at a wide open rate, I will sign up for that every day of the week. And he's going to make 3 out of 7 more often than not. But what I really liked from Cat was in that second half, when I feel like the emotions kind of went down a little bit, I felt like he was rushing. I feel like the nerves were there. First game as a Knick at MSG, probably had a bunch of people in the crowd that he knew. The Jersey boy, he settled in that second half. He started to get downhill. I didn't feel like he needed to get downhill more in the first half. As Tom Thibodeau says, the game's going to tell you what to do. And the game told Karl-Anthony Towns to take those shots in the first half. They just did not fall. One thing I did love, he found a way to affect the game even when his shots were not falling. He had 12 boards, a couple on the offensive end, had a couple of nice putbacks, and then he started to get more and more comfortable getting downhill, got to the foul line, and the jump start started to fall. He was one of 11, I think at one point, finished 7 of 20. So that means he went 6 of 9 to close the game. It's a great number. Very nice. I'll take that every day of the week. Look, this is not going to happen. He's arguably the best big man shooter of all time per the advanced analytics. He's going to continue to be that. And I love the chemistry that we're starting to see form between Brunson and Karl-Anthony Towns. I looked up and I was like, oh my goodness, Jalen Brunson's got 23 points. And I like how it's not just a pick and pop every time. I know that was the first thing everybody thought about when Brunson got the news, or the Knicks got the news that Brunson and Cat would be teammates. It's like, how is that two-man game going to work? But it was also a lot of downhill two-man action. Brunson's going to continue to find the spots. Cat wants the ball, and we're going to continue to see that chemistry form and that continuity and that comfortability between those two players set in. And I believe that there is a chance that those two guys could be the best play in basketball. A Brunson-Cat pick and roll, pick and pop could lead to be maybe the best duo, best two-man game in the NBA. I also love the one play where Brunson threw it to Cat, then Brunson cut back door, and then Cat found him. They're going to make each other better, and that's crazy because I'm not really sure how much better that number 11 guy can be. What was your number one takeaway from the game? The Knicks win in preseason by 23 points, I believe, if my math is correct. The number one takeaway from the game for you. For me, I would say it was the first 5 minutes of the game. And Mikal Bridges, the point of attack defender with OG and Anunoby, like, I know it's preseason. I know it's the Wizards, but I felt like the Knicks flexed their defensive muscles and their defensive versatility and the power that they're going to have on that side of the floor. You saw Bridges picking up at half court. He was providing great on-ball pressure to Jordan Poole. You had OG just being that game wrecker that he is, playing the back line, moving around. Josh Hart was flying around. I thought the Knicks defense in that first half of that first quarter was on full display. And then when the Knicks started their starters in the third quarter, I thought the defense looked good as well. So very proud and very positive thoughts from everybody in the starting lineup. Look, OG didn't have a great offensive night. Josh Hart didn't have an offensive night. Doesn't matter. He scored 117 points and you won. It's the preseason. Process over results. There was a player on the bench that played its tail off. We're going to talk about that coming up in a second. First, I got to give a major shout out to today's sponsor, PrizePicks. If you love sports and you like fantasy sports and you want to play fantasy sports every day, get hooked up with the best daily fantasy sports app in the game, PrizePicks. Go to prizepicks.com/CLNS, promo code CLNS, and PrizePicks, when you play a $5 lineup, we'll give you $50 for free. Pick more, pick less, create a lineup of 2 to 6 players, and you simply choose more or less on their projected stat line. You could do football, you could do baseball, you could do basketball, as well as collegiate sports. And if you want a lineup to roll for this week, I got this one, and I'm feeling nicey. Give me the more. on Jordan Mason. Give me the less on Geno Smith and the less on Brock Purdy. Roll with it. Fade it. Just do it at Prize Picks. PrizePicks.com/CLNS. Promo code CLNS. They'll give you $50 for free when you play a $5 lineup. All that information will be clickable down in the comments and description of today's show. Another preseason game and another Tyler Kolek masterclass. This is just, he's ready. I know he's a rookie. I know Tibbs doesn't play rookies. But, man, this guy needs to be a part of this rotation sooner rather than later. I anticipate the month of October, he probably won't play much. Probably won't play much into November. Probably not much in December. But I think once January gets here and we enter 2025 and we get closer to that trade deadline, we get closer to the All-Star break and closer down the stretch, Tyler Kolek needs to play. The IQ's too high. He just plays the game the right way. I know the Knicks, and I am worried a little bit about how he can guard on the defensive end, but when it comes to setting the table, creating easy offense, being able to initiate offense and get people the ball in spots that they want to be successful, Tyler Kolek's going to do that. And I've said it a couple of times. I think he could have more success. Maybe not he's looked at as a better player, but the way that he plays the game is going to be better in the NBA because he is best when he's got elite talent around him. He's a guy that's going to set the table. He's going to find Hart. He's going to find Brunson. He's going to find Cat. He's going to find OG. He's going to find Mikal. And he's just going to set the table for these dogs to get open looks and knock them down. I also liked what I saw from Campaign. I mean, the Knicks were once in a spot where Chris Duhon was here to save the franchise. And now we got 3 point guards that I actually like a lot. We love JB. I like the veteran of Campaign. And you like the young buck, the Big East second-round pick guard that's probably going to prove a lot of people wrong, kind of like Jalen Brunson did when he started in this league. But Campaign's here to create offense, to initiate offense, and knock down threes. And he did that. 4-6 from downtown. He was also like one of the best pull-up shooters in the NBA last year. There's going to be some moments in the playoffs this year where we're going to look at Campaign and hit some big buckets. And I got a lot of confidence in him to do that, as he did do that last year for the Philadelphia 76ers. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel, and shout out to everybody that has subscribed. We crossed over 54,000 subscribers during the watch party. We're going to be live on the channel for almost every single game this year. So if you're looking for the best place on YouTube to watch a Knicks game, subscribe to this channel because we had over 19,000 people tune in for a preseason game on October 9th, and we're on our way to 55,000 subs, and we're doing it for this guy, Ariel Huckporty, who I thought showed off a little bit of good stuff, man. This guy can move. He contested a couple of shots. He's got nice touch. That's a nice developmental young big that you're going to see continue to grow. I think that he will be a guy that gets converted from a two-way contract to an active roster contract. I think the Knicks will only carry 14 guaranteed contract players this year. I think Huckporty as well as Landry Shamet will be there. Precious Denevic going on the offensive end, missed a couple of shots, missed a couple of bunnies, but you saw the energy on defense. You saw that he can cover a lot of ground. Man, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. We got to see the Knicks play basketball. They got to win. Wasn't worried about Cat. I know people are crying, man, get by a buck, you can't make a shot, dude. Blah, 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 blah. Take a chill pill. It's October 9th. Process over result. If you're going to be up and down every single game this year, you're not going to have that much fun. Make sure you are following me on social media at @MarshallGreen_ on Instagram. Same handle as well as on Twitter. Give me a follow over there. Subscribe, notifications on, and hit that thumbs up icon. We'll be back on the channel, not this Sunday because the Giants play, but definitely on Wednesday when they play again, and then maybe potentially that Friday. So subscribe, notifications turned on, be a real, and let's go Knicks. Let's go Knicks.